Hi, this is Subburner for the Commodore 64. It's a game made using the Shoot 'em Up construction kit. It was released in April 1994 on Commodore Format magazine's cover tape. They were desperate for anything to put on their cover tape by this point. There were no fewer than 5 shoot 'em up construction kit games on this one issue, and there would be many more on other ones. Subburner at least stood out. For starters, they've hacked in this intro. They've also added music to the game, which is something Shoot 'em Up Construction Kit did not let you do. And thirdly, they've at least tried to do some sort of theme or atmosphere to it. Oh, it's the cracked version, I forgot that. I'm playing this without any cheats. I don't think I'm even using autofire. I'm just hammering away at the control key like a madman. So we start off with a wave of eyeballs, like any good shoot 'em up game. And you can see what I mean by atmosphere. They've gone for some strange, monochromatic, slightly surreal kind of thing. Possibly to just try and get around the limitations of the Commodore 64's colour palette, although he says that, and there's a big wodge of blue which just magically appeared. This is a game that isn't really about shooting things, it's mostly about avoiding things by memory rather than by reflex. There you can see one of the problems of shoot 'em up construction kit games. The larger enemies are just made up of individual sprites glued together. They still can be killed independently, they don't act as one unit really. And here we come to one of the biggest strategies of the game, which is staying in the middle and holding your nerve, and remembering that the collision detection is kinda lenient. And that's the first time I've moved away from the middle in quite a bit. I do like the metallic effects they've put on these pipes. It's quite nice considering what they had to work with. And these guys are a right pain. They are hidden in the background and they will launch bubbles randomly across the screen. This is why I'm hanging back to try and kill as many of them as possible. If you don't, the screen gets filled with them. You can't kill off the last one in that particular block. Not quite sure why I'm so hesitant as I am with this turret. It's quite an easy thing to dodge. Again, hold your nerve, stick in the middle, keep firing. If you try and actively avoid them, you're likely to crash into something and die. And some nice, strange, tessellated faces in the background. And here we come to a boss, perhaps? The Big Face Room. It's not very difficult at all. Although you do have to remember to try and pick off at least 2 of those surviving ones, otherwise it's a bit awkward to get out of that gap there. These guys, I always remember these guys, largely because when I was a kid I couldn't think of them as anything apart from tennis balls wearing a wig. And it's time to unleash some bullet hell. Yeah. Not the most difficult of attack waves to dodge there. I do like that there's a bunch of completely one-off enemies, like this strange laser fence. I don't think it crops up anywhere else in the game. So just hang back as much as possible to kill off these turrets. And this is something you have to know what's coming. If you don't, you've not got time to kill that third wiggable thing, and you'll die. Timing's a little bit tight on these pair of turrets, but I get lucky. And that's the end of the first level, perhaps? It sounds like it according to the music, and they've gone on to another wave of eyeballs. So I guess... oh, I killed them all. Hey. And this level's theme is annoying fast bits. This part's not too bad, but there's a pain of a bit later. This level's theme is also even more faces stuck in the background. Ah, this thing. I just don't know how not to die to him. I don't think you can kill him, and I'm lucky not to die for a second time. And this bit. I make a right hash of this. First, I clip it there, and I should have abused my invincibility frames to go through that bar. You do have invincibility frames, you just can't tell where they are, you have to guess. And take the left passage there to avoid that turret right by the exit, it's a bit awkward. And I crashed and died for no reason at all. And now we're in turret hell. I hang back as much as possible to try and kill as many as I can. I try and abuse the collision detection, but that doesn't work. And I die anyway. Oh well. And now we come to the terrifying final boss. Yes. Bye then. He's not quite the final boss, there's a bit of stuff left, but it's mostly fluff. This guy's a pain unless you know he's coming. If you do, the music just sits there and trundles away for some time with nothing actually happening. And that's it. We're pretty much on the home stretch now. The music goes completely mad at this point. A couple more bubble launchers that we can't actually kill, so I get a little bit lucky there. And that's actually it. The music goes to a celebratory bit, and we come up to this, which, like it says, means the game will now loop at this point. Except they kind of cocked it up, and the music and levels don't loop at the same time, so everything gets out of sync. But apart from that, Subburner. Funny game.